Hello, this is Ralph Peschek, Chief Business Officer for the William S. Hart Union High School District with a food service update for the 2021-22 school year. In today's update, we'll briefly touch on programs that will be offered this year, free meals for all students, why the district sent home free and reduced applications, and I'll answer some questions submitted by the community. The Hart District traditionally offers 3 USDA child nutrition programs throughout the course of the year. During the traditional school year, when students are on campus, the school breakfast program and national school lunch program are offered daily. During June and July, when campuses are closed and students don't have access to those programs, the district hosts a number of seamless summer feeding program sites around Santa Clarita Valley. That program makes it possible for us to offer free meals to youth 18 years or younger each day. This program has proved critical during the COVID pandemic when schools were closed to assure we were able to continue to provide food to our students in the Santa Clarita Valley. We're happy to share that the USDA recently approved an additional waiver that will allow us to continue serving free meals to students under the Seamless Summer Feeding Program for the 21-22 school year. That means when your students arrive on campus, they'll have access to free breakfast and free lunch if they choose to participate. The California State Legislature and Governor also recently enacted Assembly Bill 130, AB 130, which established funding for a universal free meal program for students enrolled in California schools. Combined, all of these programs assure that the great meals we've been able to provide to the Santa Clarita Valley youth and Hart students specifically will continue into the future. When students show up on campus, they'll all have access to a free meal, breakfast and lunch. If the federal government and the state have provided funding for free meals, why did the Hart District send home free and reduced applications? Well, we don't use those applications just to qualify students for free and reduced meal benefits. In the state of California, a little over a decade ago, our funding model for all school districts changed significantly. The state enacted the local control funding formula to determine how much income or revenue each school district would receive each year to fund educational programs and to operate the district. We're reliant on the state for funding. The local control funding formula uses 3 primary areas in determining how we calculate how much revenue we'll receive. Every school district receives base funding based on the number of students enrolled in their district and their average daily attendance. Districts also have the opportunity to receive supplemental and concentration grant funding. This is in addition to the base funding, and receipt of these funds is based on the number of students within the district who have additional needs above other students. English learners, students living in poverty or below the poverty level, and foster care. The Hart District receives base funding and supplemental funding annually to help fund all of our district educational programs. We don't have enough students who qualify to receive concentration funding. How do we determine how much supplemental funding we're going to receive? Well, for every student that we qualify using the state's term as unduplicated, meaning their English language, in poverty, or a foster student, we receive that additional supplemental grant money for that student. While we do receive some information from the California Department of Social Services on the number of students that we have in our district, the overwhelming way that we determine how many students we have in our district who are at or below the poverty level is based on the free and reduced meal applications. If we don't receive those applications, we can't determine how many children are living in poverty in the Hart District and attending our schools. The impact of that for the Hart District is potentially significant. As you can see, our base funding is almost $200 million a year, but we receive $12.7 million a year in supplemental grants. If we don't receive the free and reduced applications, and we can't establish how many students are living at or below the poverty level in Hart schools, we won't receive $12.7 million. This is not new money to the district. We've been receiving base and supplemental grants for a decade. We're not trying to get more money for the district, although certainly more money would help with some of the ongoing financial challenges we have as a district. We're simply trying to assure we can get the applications back in to maintain our current level of funding and continue all of the amazing programs that your students have access to in the Hart District. I do have some resources here for you in regards to the food service program. There is an online application in addition to the hard copy that was mailed to all households in June. If you need assistance completing the application, you can reach out to this number. And any additional food service information can be found at the link in the center of the screen. So to reiterate, all students in the Hart District will have access to free breakfast and free lunch this school year and next school year and for the foreseeable future. They don't have to fill out an application to get that food, but we do need those applications to maintain district funding that pays for our school district's programs. As I mentioned, if we don't fill out the applications and our unduplicated counts drop, revenues to the district will drop and it will impact district programs. There are additional benefits to your family for completing it. If you qualify for free and reduced meals, even if you don't participate on the USDA form, many colleges offer discounts or waive application fees. ACT, advanced placement, and SAT fees are discounted. And the state of California provides discounted internet access. There are also EBT cards that families can use on the weekends to help pay for food when school's out of session. And on another note, many community nonprofits and summer programs offered for students when school's not in session do provide the same discounts or fee waivers. As I've mentioned, we're a little over 30% unduplicated for the 2021-22 school year. That's our estimate, 31.3%. That's based on historical trends within our district. And just so you know, that supplemental grant for every high school student is just over $2,000, and for every junior high student is approximately $1,700. So every student that we don't receive an application for this year that would have normally completed and qualified will be lost revenue for the district. We will be offering breakfast and lunch this year. Please check with your school site as to when meal times are. A la carte will be offered, but not for the first few weeks of school. We anticipate, with free meals for all being available, that there will be a much larger demand for those free meals. So we're going to hold off on a la carte for a few weeks, but it will be back before September. If you have money on your student meal account, you do have a couple of options. You can leave it there, knowing that a la carte's coming back before September and your student can access their meal account to pay for those a la carte items. If a student wants a second meal, that would not be free, and so it would be good to have money on the account to pay for that. And families can also request a refund if they so wish at the link provided here. So when your students return to campus, they don't need to do anything special. If you don't have an income form in, you're still going to get a free meal on next week. All the student needs to do is come to school at breakfast or lunchtime, go to the food service area, tell them what meal they would like, and they will receive it for free. They don't have to show their ID because they're already on campus as one of our students. It's that easy. I'm going to reiterate. No student has to turn in a form before next week to receive free meals. We need the forms to help continue district funding. If you have a student at one of our elementary feeder districts, unfortunately their food service program is not run by the Hart District. It is run by the Santa Clarita Valley School Food Service Authority. I have provided a link to their website here. You can also reach directly out to your school district to see how they're handling applications and also what program offerings for food service they will be having this fall. In closing, I'd like to thank you for your time today and for listening to this update. I'd also challenge you and encourage you to partner with the district in assuring that we continue to receive our current level of funding by completing a free and reduced application and returning it to the district as soon as possible. We do need them back before mid-September to assure our funding level because we have to report to the state after that timeline. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the Food Service Department or to my office. Again, thank you for your time today. We're so excited to have our students coming back to campus full-time next week, and we're looking forward to a great year. Thank you, and have a great day.